just got off United Polaris business class. I was supposed to be taking Polaris back home, but I had a cancellation on my connecting flight, so I rebooked myself on Delta, and I'm going to get the opportunity to take my first flight on the A220, a flight I regretted not making the inaugural for, so I'm excited here to finally have a chance to get on it. So we'll get over to the Delta terminal and we'll talk some more about it. So this is actually my first time flying through San Francisco, and the Delta terminal over here is quite quiet. United was a little busier, but actually this is the quietest airport I've come through here in my travels in the last couple days. So look forward to relax a little bit, get a bite of lunch, and check out the Sky Club before we board.
First, I was absolutely famished and in search of a hearty meal after eating airplane and lounge junk food for 2 days, so I stopped to get a delicious bowl of udon in the terminal. That really hit the spot, and then it was time for a long walk to the neighboring concourse to find the Delta Sky Club. Inside was a small but very nice lounge with great views and plenty of snacks on offer, as well as a full bar.
So this is a pretty small lounge, but quite nice. Gonna try to drink some of my $200 American Express airline credit here today. While I wait for my flight. The irony of me wearing a Boeing shirt today is not lost on me, but I was not really planning to fly this plane until less than a day ago. So I had already picked this shirt out for my flight on the 777-300ER there with United. But it's kind of ironic considering that Delta runs a pretty large hub out of Seattle, which is of course the home of Boeing. And they are of course very dedicated to a lot of Airbus product, including the A220, which they feature prominently out of Seattle. So it's kind of weirdly appropriate. Anyway, had a wonderful time here in the Sky Lounge. Time to head over for boarding. See you on board. So you may or may not know the story of this aircraft, but it started out being built on Bombardier out of Canada, and it had, as with all aircraft programs, hit some cost and time overruns. And then when they shopped it around to the airlines, they got accused by Boeing of subsidizing the pricing to be more competitive than they should have been considering the costs, and they were hit with a lawsuit. And the way they got around that was by licensing half of the program to Airbus for like $1, something like that, basically for free, and getting some of the production to Airbus's US plant. And then a little further along, they basically continued to have financial problems, and they sold the rest of the program to Airbus. So now this aircraft that started out as the Bombardier AC series is a 100% Airbus product, but I still like to call it the C series. I think that's pretty cool. It's a beautiful plane. It's really interesting to take a look at. I've never been up in it, but I'm very excited. So we'll be on board finally in just a few minutes. So what makes this aircraft so special is that Bombardier basically advertised from their conception of the plane that it was going to be a passenger first aircraft in terms of the experience on board. They gave it nice big bright windows, and they gave it a 2-3 configuration, so there's only one middle seat per row, where of course most airliners are trying to jam as many seats in as possible. This is a very comfortable plane, so let's see if it lives up to the expectations.
Before we even left the ground, the flight attendant asked us if we wanted a drink. I seem to remember this used to be a thing. I think it was called a pre-departure beverage, maybe. It really caught me off guard. I have to go back and look at some of my past reviews to be sure this was supposed to happen. Since Delta only offers water, wine, and beer, I went with the lovely Sweetwater IPA and savored the views on this bright California day as we headed to the runway.
Delta 1439, service to Seattle, Washington. We'll be cruising at 38,000 feet for 1 hour and 32 minutes. We do appreciate your cooperation wearing your mask for the duration of the flight today. The airplane has been thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. Sit back, relax, enjoy your flight.
Once we were in the air, we had views of smoke rising from the summer wildfires that were happening at the time of this flight, but for now, let's have a look at today's first class cabin with 3 rows in a 2-2 configuration. Dominating your view is the large and crisp entertainment screen, we'll review in depth later. The seat back has a coat hook as well as USB and a headphone input. As well, mine had a mysterious piece of Velcro. Just below is the airline literature area and then a personal item pocket, which was already showing signs of wear on even such a new aircraft. Under-seat storage in this seat design is severely limited. Between the seats you'll find these neat water bottle holders, across from 2 customer-facing universal power ports. Both great touches. The seat itself features a sharp-looking stitched diamond pattern and was comfortable enough for this flight. There's a small drinks area in front of the armrest. Under the armrest is some more item storage, which I had found had not been cleaned very well, even in the age of COVID. Gross. A seat recline button is well placed, however Delta installed bulky airbag-equipped seatbelts, which I'm not too wild about. Legroom is decent but not exceptional, and foot space is quite compromised by the mounting design of the seat. The outer armrest houses a 2-piece adjustable tray table that works well. When half deployed, it features a cup indentation. From my seat, I commanded a great view of the huge oversized windows found on the A220. Overhead you will find individual air and lights, spacious fold-up luggage bins, capped off with lovely mood lighting. Overall, this is a modern seat, and it does feature an adjustable headrest and OK recline. However, considering that the left side of the plane features just 2 seats as well in coach, and Delta's offering seat blocking throughout, the benefits of flying in first currently are limited. But I'm certainly not complaining about finally getting my first flight on the A220. Let's move on to service for today's flight. My pre-departure beverage flashbacks could have led me to the impression that I would expect a hot towel, warm nuts, and maybe some fresh food. But I was greeted instead with a sealed economy care package and another Delta snack box. I went with the wholly unhealthy Crave snack box, where the salami described had been creatively substituted with a Slim Jim. I hadn't had one of these since middle school, and I don't think I'll be going to the store to look for more anytime soon. Let's have a look at the entertainment system on this flight. Not only is it large, bright, and crisp, it's also Delta's first wireless entertainment system, eliminating the need for seat-mounted equipment boxes, and in theory, meaning the screens could be updated in the future with less hassle, as well as saving weight and reducing complication on each aircraft, which the airline expects will pay off for it in the long run. On the system, you'll find movies and TV shows, as well as there were live TV channels and audio content available, as well as a handy kid-centric menu mode. Delta included a lovely aircraft information page that even lists your tail number, and finally they went all out and opted for a fully 3D interactive flight map, which neatly showed our 1.5 hour, just under 700 mile route today. I also love the cockpit stats mode. In fact, there were modes to show you all of the stats your AvGeek heart could hope for. The map even included a neat time zones overlay. The screen itself pivots should your neighbor recline their seat. So kudos to Delta for fitting this plane with a great in-flight entertainment system paired with the wonderful window views of the A220. The aircraft also features high-speed Wi-Fi with paid internet access. For today, I just made use of the complimentary messaging option. Then I browsed the 2 free streaming titles available on offer, I'm assuming just in case the screen were to malfunction on board. For now, I was feeling quite relaxed and it was time to take in some views. And then I got up to head to the back of the aircraft to avail myself of its unique loo with a view. The lavatory itself is spacious and modern, with a nice counter, sink, and fixture. Add in the window, and I dare say this wasn't a bad place to spend a few minutes. Then it was time to walk back through the cabin to my seat, as we were already clearing the smoke and having some nice views as we headed up towards the landing at SeaTac. Stay till the end for my closing thoughts on today's flight.
Weather today in Seattle, winds out of the northwest at 10 miles an hour. Good visibility, partly cloudy skies. Temperature 77 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be parking at gate Alpha 14, A14. Thanks for riding with us. Hope you had a great flight. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Thank you.
So wow, what a great little plane that A220 is. Really very comfortable, very quiet. Really like the technology Delta's built into that seat. It's very nice. I wouldn't hesitate to fly in that plane in economy either, especially with the two seats side by side there on the left side of the aircraft. Looks very comfortable all around. So I wasn't expecting to be able to fly that plane today. And now that I've done it, definitely look forward to flying it again. So thanks for coming along with us on that one. And we'll see you on the next flight.
In the meantime, please remember to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be made aware first when more content is available. As always, thanks for watching.